Hello backpackers, this is Juan from Juan Backpacks, and I'm here today to do a trail tested video on the NB, the NiteCore NB 10,000 battery bank. It's an ultralight battery bank that's got some cool features, and I've had a chance to use this now in the field. I used it on my High Sierra Trail through hike. Went from the Redwood Forest to Whitney and out the Whitney portal. That took us 8 days, which included 2 on-trail zeros. I've also used it for a couple long weekend trips here in Pennsylvania, and also even a winter trip where it was down to 20 degrees. And so basically I want to give you kind of the down and dirty, the details of what happened out there in the field and how this thing actually functioned for me. So let's dive into it. First I'm going to do some specs, then I'm going to tell you what happened in the field, some good stuff, and then if some bad stuff happened, I'm going to tell you that too. So let's do the specs first. 10,000 mAh. That's pretty good amount of battery power to take out in the field with you. Should last several days under like kind of most uses, and I'll show you or tell you how I use the battery to charge up my things in a couple seconds. It's carbon fiber, which makes it really light. This is 5.29 ounces. And you can see the form factor as well. Carbon fiber, but the form factor is really small, so it fits in your kit and it's super duper light. It's got dual outputs. It's got USB output and a USB-C output, so you can charge out that way on both of these ports. Some batteries only have in USB-C, meaning you can only charge it using the C port. You can't charge something else outside, charge another item outside the battery. You can just recharge the battery itself. So I thought that that was great, and I got that because my iPhone, I was told my new iPhone 13 does better, the battery life does better if you use a USB-C port, and that's why I bought this. How true that is, I don't know, but I bought this anyway because I wanted something lighter too. It's got an LED light that shows you how much juice is remaining, and so basically it has 3 blue bars, and right now only 2 of those blue bars are lit because I don't have it fully charged. You're also going to see when I turned it on, I pressed it long enough, there's a white light there. Yeah, you can see that it's kind of fading in and out. There's a white light there. That's low charge mode that you can use for earbuds and things like that. And so I can turn off that low charge mode just by holding in, I think it's about 3 seconds. Yeah, already the white button or white light already went off, so it's out of low charge mode. Now it's in normal charge mode. So it's got 2 different charge modes too, which I really, again, appreciate in the field because my son had earbuds and we use this to do that too. It's got a, like I said, a LED 3-bar power, power kind of level. So you got 3 bars when it's fully charged, and then each bar is about, what, 33%, something like that, right? Now, performance in the field. How did this thing actually function? Well, let me first tell you how I used it out there. I was using it to charge some of my electronics. My iPhone 13, which is right there, basically I used it to top off my iPhone 13. My iPhone 13, I was using it for video and I was using it for photos, and it was in airplane mode, so it wasn't chewing up the batteries. But yeah, I could top this off with this battery during those 8 days, okay? And it was obviously fully charged when I left. So that's a cool thing. 2 different times I let my inReach Mini run down to about 46% to 49%, and I was able to bring it back to 100% twice. So you could say basically that it recharged my inReach Mini 1 full time. I used it to top off my headlamp, my NiteCore headlamp, and so that was useful. And one time I even topped off my Garmin watch out in the field. So that's pretty good. I know that they advertise that it can recharge fully an iPhone, a brand new or modern iPhone 2 times. And I think that that's a pretty accurate assessment. I didn't really calculate like all the charging that was done and all the technical specs on it, but that's pretty good. That's an 8-day trip, is the longest trip I've had this on, and it worked great. The other thing that I noticed in the field that it does really well is that it really works good in cold conditions. One of the days, or one of the nights, it was in the low 40s on the High Sierra Trail, and I didn't do anything special with the battery. I did not put it in my sleeping bag with me, nothing like that. Same thing when I was winter camping down to 20 degrees here in Pennsylvania. did like one night, and I really just left the battery lay and didn't do anything with it, and it was perfectly fine in the morning. And so it does good in colder conditions. Again, that's my experience with it. Obviously, I can't guarantee that, but I have seen other folks do like some technical testing of this, and it seems like it does pretty good in colder conditions. And so it performed great on my High Sierra Trail trip and on the weekend trips I've done with it. And I really have a lot of positive things to say about this NiteCore battery. It is a little pricey, coming in around $59 right now retail as I'm sitting here talking to you about this. So it is a little pricey, but it's a a high quality piece of equipment, and it lowers your weight by about 3 ounces moving to this battery. So for me, I felt like it was useful. Some of the features I thought were real positive about the battery while I was using it in the field. I like the LED readout, the 3 bars. It's pretty easy to see those 3 bars. And I like the fact that when something is charged at 100%, that it's charging, it shuts down really fast. It doesn't like stay on and on and on like for like a minute or two. It seems to shut down within like 30 seconds or something like that. Sure, it says on the website, on the NiteCore website, how fast it shuts down. It worked even in cold, as I said. I like that about it. And obviously the weight and the form factor. Those are 2 things, weight and form factor, kind of combined in my book. It's really light. It's lightened my battery weight by like 3 ounces plus. So that's a win there. But also, really, honestly, more importantly, I like the way it fits into my small dry bag. It's not as bulky as my other battery, not as big as my other battery. It just makes it easier to pack and put in there with other small things I've got in that small dry bag. And so I really appreciate the small form factor. As far as negatives go, while I've used this in the field, honestly, I have not, in all honesty, I haven't experienced any downsides of this battery. It hasn't failed. The LED's easy to read. It seems to be charging my equipment the way I need it to be charged, and it lasted, like I said, 8 days when I did the High Sierra Trail. So I really don't have a lot of negatives about this. I know that there is some concern about durability because it is kind of an ultralight piece of equipment, and it may, over time, I've got to maybe treat it gently because of the carbon, casing and the way it's designed and so forth. But I haven't experienced that yet. Now, I haven't dropped it, kicked it, threw it in the water or anything like that, but it is functioning, as I expected it to, and I really enjoy this battery because it's really easy to use. And so that is my trail tested video for the NiteCore NB 10,000. If you have experience with this battery, good, bad, or ugly, go ahead and post in the comments below, or if you have questions, feel free to post below, because maybe there's something that I found out about the battery that I haven't mentioned in this video. I don't think there is, but just in case, right? So until next time, stop watching YouTube videos and get out there and do some backpacking and some hiking. Unless it's my videos, then definitely get on here and watch them, every single one of them from start to finish. Until next time, get out there and have some fun, backpack, and I will see you on my next video.